Me now is U.S. Representative Nathaniel Moran. He is the Republican co-sponsor of this bill, and I really want to welcome you to the program. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Paula. Great to be here. And you're right. Today, in today's political world, the term bipartisan is not used very often, but artificial intelligence, I think, is truly a bipartisan issue that has to have bipartisan solutions.
You know, and your perspective is interesting, right? You're saying, look, we're not slowing down AI. We're not saying we're going to capitulate to China. You're saying it's about making sure that humans stay in control. You know, what you say seems so common sense, and yet there doesn't seem to be any movement on this. I mean, do you think your legislation has a chance of actually becoming law and forcing these companies to do the kill switch? And we'll get into the argument about whether or not it's necessary in a moment.
Yeah, I think so and here's why I think it has a pathway to actually becoming law, because the folks that are at the leading edge of this industry, those that are developing these frontier models, they understand quite clearly that they need a kill switch. Some of them inside the industry, many of them are calling for this type of legislation. Ted Lieu, who's my Democratic counterpart on the other side, has seen this issue coming as well. He knows it's important for us to put these guardrails in place, just like I do, without stifling innovation. We can do that. We can maintain control of these systems as we develop them, and to the extent that we need to, so that we can protect humans from the technology that we are, in fact, incentivizing. And that's what we want to see happen. We need the private sector to play a real role in this. They're the ones that are going to have to develop the kill switches. Although under this legislation, we would mandate that they're there for certain level models, and certainly have the ability to provide emergency orders to turn those kill switches on when we have bad loss of control instances.
Now, I know that many have been in the Oval Office, not the White House, talking about this. Have you gotten any indications from the president himself or from, his staff that this is something that they want, that they would approve of?
Well, certainly we've heard both from the administration, the private sector, and across on both sides of the aisle, the growing call for the need to have these safety measures in place. But this summer has really been a summer of revelation, I think, for Congress, where we have seen more and more of these models begin to escape their sandbox and to have outcomes that were not intended, that were outside of human control, and only because we've got some companies that are willing to be good corporate responsibility citizens, only because we had them come out and say, oh, we need to throttle that back, or we want to notify you of this. Are we able to know about these instances and realize that going forward, we probably need to have some legislation in place that would mandate that response by everybody else as they develop these AI models?